Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Fatrahman from class 3A with student ID number 12350-313. In this video, I make for English Indonesian translation assignment, and in this video I will try to translate the paragraph from English to Indonesian language. And in this paragraph there is simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. So don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and stay tuned in this video. Okay, before I start translating this paragraph, I took this paragraph from Mark Twain's biography, written on the story The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County by Mark Twain. So, overall, this paragraph explains about Mark Twain biography. Okay, look at this paragraph. In this paragraph, there is 6 sentences. For the first sentence, I'm highlight with the brown color. Second sentence, I'm highlight with orange color. And third sentence, I'm highlight with gray color. Fourth sentence, I'm highlight with purple color. Fifth sentence, I'm highlight with blue color. And the last sentence, I'm highlight with green color. Okay, look at the first sentence. In this sentence, I'm using a literal translation method from English to Indonesian language because this sentence only mention basic information about Mark Twain's birth, and it is easy to understand, and the English sentence structure is very similar to the general Indonesian structure, so no changes are required to keep the same meaning. So from English language, Mark Twain Samuel Langhorne Clemens was born in Hannibal, Missouri on November 30, 1835. To Indonesian language is Mark Twain Samuel Langhorne Clemens lahir di Hannibal, Missouri pada 30 November 1835. Okay, that is from the first sentence. We are moved to the next sentence, the second sentence. This sentence, I'm using literal translation method also because this sentence, it is a simple sentence and we can translate directly. So from the English language, he had 2 brothers and sister. To Indonesian language is dia memiliki 2 saudara laki-laki dan seorang saudara perempuan. So that is from the second sentence. So we are moved to the next sentence, the third sentence. This sentence I'm using literal translation also, but there in this sentence I'm using modulation technique because there is the word it is thought that because there is the word it is thought that. So I'm using the modulation technique for giving the understanding more and getting the same meaning. So from the English language, a slave named Jenny worked for the family, and it is thought that her storytelling had a strong influence on the young Twain. To Indonesian language is seorang budak bernama Jenny bekerja untuk keluarga tersebut dan diduga bahwa cerita yang dia ceritakan memiliki pengaruh yang kuat terhadap Twain yang masih muda. So this the result from the third sentence. We are moved to the next sentence, to fourth sentence. In this sentence, I'm using a free translation because for make this sentence look more natural and to make the readers more understand. So from the English language, he traveled extensively, working in various jobs, including a stint on a newspaper and one as a riverboat pilot. To Indonesian language is dia melakukan perjalanan panjang dan melakukan berbagai pekerjaan, termasuk bekerja di sebuah surat kabar dan sebagai juru kemudi kapal uap. So that is from first sentence. We are moved to the next sentence. Fifth sentence. In this sentence, I'm using a literal translation method because to make the text not look stiff and natural, and also I use the expansion technique to explain the meaning in depth, especially about how to measure to depth of the river. So from the English language, he supposedly took his pseudonym from the way a river's depth was measured. A piece of line with knots at 3-foot intervals was dropped into the river, and when the rope hit bottom, the depth was called out to the pilot. To Indonesian language is, kabarnya dia mengambil nama samaran dari cara pengukuran kedalaman sungai. Seutas tali dengan simpul pada jarak 3 kaki yang dijatuhkan ke dalam sungai, dan ketika tali tersebut menyentuh dasar, kedalaman tersebut diberitahukan kepada juru kemudi. So that is there's a from fifth sentence, and we are moved to the next sentence. And this is the last sentence, sixth sentence. In this sentence, I'm using a literal translation method because the meaning is direct and can be understood directly in Indonesian. There is no significant difference in structure between two languages for this sentence. So from the English language, therefore, Mark Twain or two knots literally means 6 feet. To Indonesian language is, oleh karena itu, Mark Twain atau dua simpul secara harfiah berarti 6 kaki. Okay, that's all about translate. That's all from this paragraph. So the conclusion from this video, overall, in this paragraph, I'm using literal translation method. So what is literal translation? According to Peter Newmark, literal translation is the method is similar to word-for-word translation, but it gives more attention to the grammatical structure in the target language. However, it maintains the word order in the source language as much as possible. But in this paragraph, I'm also using free translation. So free translation is a translation method that focuses on conveying the original meaning of the original text rather than it is literal meaning. Well, I think enough for this video. I'm Muhammad Fadul Rahman, and I say sorry if there any mistake, and thanks for watching this video. Nice to meet you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.